The rejection begins even before the story is understood. From the very first moments, Shield Hero provokes discomfort, divides opinions, and awakens extreme reactions. For many in the West, the work seems unfair, cruel, and too disturbing. For Japan, however, it touches on something deeply familiar. And this difference in perception is not accidental. It stems from the very heart of the narrative. At its core, the rising of the Shield Hero is the story of someone summoned as a hero and immediately betrayed by the system that should protect him. Naofumi doesn't fail. He doesn't make mistakes. Yet, he is accused, humiliated, and isolated. The world closes its doors to him before he can even explain himself. This premise, which in Japan is read as a harsh portrayal of social injustice and exclusion, is often received with distrust in the West, as if the story were going too far. But Shield Hero never intended to comfort. The work is built upon resentment, distrust, and survival. Naofumi doesn't become an admired hero. He becomes a functional individual in a hostile world. He learns to negotiate, manipulate, distrust, and prioritize his own safety because he had no choice. In Japan, this type of protagonist is seen as someone who resists a flawed system, someone who represents the silent struggle against structures that crush individuals. In the West, where quick redemption, immediate empathy, and clear morals are expected, this behavior sounds cold, harsh, even problematic. The relationship with Raphtalia is another point of cultural clash. For some Western audiences, it's viewed through the lens of power and dependence. In Japan, the narrative is read within a context of mutual reconstruction. Two broken characters who find stability in each other in a world that discarded them. The story doesn't romanticize the initial suffering, but it doesn't erase it either. It insists on showing that trust, once destroyed, doesn't return intact. And that's exactly what Shield Hero consistently does. It refuses to soften the experience of being wronged. The hatred that Naofumi carries doesn't magically disappear. It diminishes, transforms, but is never denied. To the Japanese audience, this sounds honest. To many in the West, it sounds too uncomfortable. Over time, the work's success in Japan remains solid. Light novels, manga, and adaptations continue to receive support because the audience recognizes a specific type of narrative there. That of a hero who doesn't win because he is pure, but because he survived the worst of the world and moved forward anyway. It's not a story about being admired. It's a story about not breaking. If this difference in interpretation has already made you rethink why certain works divide opinions so much, perhaps it's worth continuing this conversation. Like, subscribe, not as an automatic gesture, but as a sign that you enjoy analyzing stories beyond the surface, understanding the clash between cultures, values, and narrative expectations. In the end, the West doesn't hate Shield Hero because it's weak. It hates it because it refuses to apologize for being uncomfortable. And Japan doesn't offend it because it's perfect, but because it recognizes a story there that doesn't promise immediate justice, only resistance. And for many, that's more real than any traditional heroic tale ever was.